Was my mic on mute then that whole time? I think it might have been. So yeah, basically what I'm doing is I'm looking for long positions. I want to see longs. I like the S&P divergence between ES and the Nasdaq. However, if this FEG fails to hold, then I can see us coming into this daily FEG, just off the fact that we have taken previous liquidity, which was here. We've taken that liquidity, so I want to see this low to stay protected. So that is why I'm watching this hourly FEG. And we haven't shown any real sign of manipulation so far. The Asian range high has been left intact. So I would like to see these failure swing highs to be attacked today. That is the plan for me. So yeah, it all depends on what happens here within this region. And because we have broken over the previous daily highs, I want to see the large majority of this, or if not all of it, to be left unfilled, so we can end up chasing the all-time highs. So that's what I'm planning to do. So set one up for the 1 minute, and then I have this one here as the 15-minute. And then I do the exact same on the other charts as well for ES. So straight away I've kind of seen that we have taken these lows. So I'd like this to remain untouched now. I want to see if we can project higher. And we also have an open range gap to fill as well. So what I'm looking for is, can price move into that early? Is the order flow extremely bullish today? I do have this FVG there, but I'm waiting for the opening FVG to form first. So yeah, this is what I'm looking for. That's the sell for me, which I prefer. So in terms of what I need to see before I can get in the trade, switch this to the 5 minute. Personally, I would like to see price surpass here. I want to see price surpass this level there. I want that to act as an order block. Hopefully we can get a nice buy on here. I'm not going to be too ambitious today. I just want to target a recent high. See what we can get. All I'm looking for is a reaction of a high time frame PD array, which we have there, after taking out previous liquidity. Pretty much. Just a retracement into equilibrium. So I'm happy with that. Now I want to buy it underneath midnight price. We've gone into the majority of the opening range gap. We've taken this high now. So we'll see what happens here. And this here is the first FBG of the trading day. So I always mark that down on my chart. That's the open range FVG. So yep, just waiting, doing nothing so far. Just monitoring our prices moving, seeing if we do get enough movement today, or are we just gonna accumulate around this area, which is something I don't want to be a part of. And yeah, because we don't have any high impact news, it will be interesting to see how the markets operate today. Okay, so we've failed to tap into this so far. I want to see if price can get above this high now and close definitely on the 5-minute chart. I want to see a closure above these consecutive candles there. Then similar to the S&P. Again, on move a chart, watching the hourly candle. See how I react to this opening FVG there. After taking out this high, we're taking both sides of the range now. Dipped into this. So now I want to see, is short-term order flow shifting? At the minute, we're still accumulating. So that's why you would not buy there. So we've filled the majority of the opening range gap now. We've left a portion open. Oh, just waiting. So we've got a rejection there quite early. Dips into it again. Not much going on at the minute. But I'm not opposed to the idea of us coming into these lows. I don't oppose to it just because we've had Tuesday half the week. So Wednesday could be part of the distribution phase. So like I was saying, we've taken this low, we've taken that high. If we surpass this low again, then I'll be quite comfortable that we could distribute these. Got the first sign there of perhaps bearish short-term order flow, but because, like I said, because conditions are so choppy, I still see it within this accumulation region. But at the minute, it's looking more bearish, just going off the fact that we've filled the majority of the opening range gap, and we've now come lower. But it's the time to do nothing at the minute. Just accumulate inside this FVG. Haven't broke beneath it. Dipped underneath it, but we haven't broke beneath it at all. Definitely not on the high time frame charts. But yeah, for me, I would like an entry post 3 o'clock after this candle's closed, hopefully above this region, and then that is where you look at getting that distribution. So as expected, the choppy start has been a very choppy start. So I just want to see now, smart that, which one of these lows stays protected, which one of their lows or highs. Because we've taken a few digs into these lows here, I want to see this stay open and bullish. Definitely, again, if it gets taken, then it has to. Okay. So monitor that low here, see what happens at that level. S&P's not really doing a lot. There's a lot more movement on the Nasdaq today, even though it's still quite limited. Movement is very limited. That's why you do nothing. You just wait. Yeah, very choppy opening range so far. Being patient. And S&P did fail to take that recent high. Quite interesting. So let's see if we do get the breakdown. As I'm saying, short-term order flow looks more bearish at the minute, just on how we've opened up, which does give potential possibilities that we could attack these lows. See what happens here. We've had one liquidity purge, we've had two after taking out. So we've had three purges. We've had one there, one here, and then another one there. Definitely if you're looking on the 5-minute chart, which is quite common in definitely during a retracement period. So one purge, second purge, third purge. So now we break out what we're looking for: 5-minute, change in the state of delivery, or break a block. You can use either. Because we've had a sweep, I'll refer to the breaker block. Okay, so again, breaking up, we've left that low, which I said I wanted to see. I want to see that left. Now it's taking liquidity. If it goes back into it, I don't know. But at the minute, still very much holding that 1 hour FVG at equilibrium. Again, similar to this low, you want to see that one stay untouched if you're bearish. So that's the reason why I've marked this high out there. And that's why I'm monitoring these two swing points. Yeah, I will give this till 11 o'clock today, and if I don't get anything, then I will potentially jump on later. At the minute, there's absolutely nothing. Nope. So again, let's see if these lows get taken. But I'm marking them on both ES and the Nasdaq just so I can determine the sense of the short-term order flow. Well, so far, Can't really give an opinion because we're very much chopping within this range. All I can say is we have broke underneath this inversion. This fair value gap there, which is now an inversion. After taking out this high, which tells me price is likely wanting to attack these. Here we go. So that's the first purge underneath this low, which I've been waiting for, with some displacement. So as I said, I do have a gut feeling we can seek these lows. Order flow is definitely looking more bearish, so I'm willing to frame a short position if we don't get reaction here. Wait and see what happens. So now we've attacked this low here. What happens? Do we come back into this range, therefore be looking for longs, or do we continue to reject? S&P has so far failed to stay at that low, but as I'm saying, at the minute you just do nothing, you just wait. But I'm still very much on the long bias unless we do displace lower down. But in my opinion, if you're bullish, you don't want to see another leg down now. I just want to see price. So I'm reaching for these highs and definitely the Asian range high as a target point. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But yeah, 20 minutes in so far, choppy star as expected. Filled the majority of that open range gap, if we get it on the chart. So we had this gap there, filled the majority of it, rejected. I want to see, can we use this last bit as a pull on liquidity and for the market to come back into, or we're going to continue to reject. And we have taken these lows here during yesterday's PM session, so I do like this point here if we can get a reaction. What I'm looking for. So again, I will mark this down as hopefully failed leg downwards. Taking that low. Again, very gradual and slow price action here. So it's about knowing how far will price retrace down. And for me, I want to see price come back into this imbalance here, the 1 hour FEG, which I'd marked out. I want to see a reaction there, and I want to see this low to be left untouched. Why? Because ES took it. and it's previously taken liquidity here. So this here becomes your intermediate term low. These are your short term lows. Now I want to see price progress upwards if I'm bullish. Let's see what happens. And as I said, looking for that 5-minute change in the state of delivery here, so I can use this breaker block. And you see a break of structure for that to happen, which will be this high there. So taking both sides of the range now. Now I want to see price show its true distribution upwards. With the first sign of order flow coming from this original FVG, which is obviously a pulling point as well for price. So yeah, I'm very, at the minute, I don't mind what I'm seeing. I thought we would have a choppy first half an hour. I wasn't expecting too much in the way of movement. The open range gap's not massive, but I do like these pulls on liquidity. Whether this will happen in the morning or during the afternoon, I don't know, but I definitely would like them to be taken today. At the minute, it's very much looking like a buy set up until it isn't, so let's see what happens here. Now we've came back into this 1 hour imbalance. You got it in the 15-minute as well, this down close candle, which you could use as an order block if we break above it. And the 15-minute imbalance there. I don't need to mark them all on my chart because I can see them, but they're there. So there's plenty of ways to enter if we do get that move. But as I say, at the minute, we're very much chopping. We are within the macro period now, so I don't mind an entry if we get the move during the next 15 minutes. If not, then I'm likely going to be waiting to the end of the silver bullet session. But so far, S&P has failed to take that low. So I would like to think we could have some potential SMT divergence here. Nice reaction there. Since we have taken that low, we've had a very nice reaction upwards. And because, like I was saying, this high has taken this high, this should now remain untouched if we are bearish, or if we are just chopping and conditions are very seek and destroy. You would expect that to be taken again. But if we're getting that true distribution, then you want to see that to remain left, similar to this low. Now we've hit that macro period, I'm ready for price to show a direction. Looks like we are going to come back and make another swing low, potentially. We'll remove this actually until we get that clear break, because I can't confirm it at the minute. At the minute, it's just a swing low. After taking out this low. We've had a few of them now. But I would like to see price come back above here. In terms of any other imbalances price could go towards, there isn't many. The only thing I'm watching is this daily wick, 50% of it. Which I think we are close to. Yeah, we've dipped into 50% of it, so for me, I like this point as a reversal point now. I don't really want to see price surpass this low. I like it as a reversal point. But at the minute, I'm getting nothing to suggest there's a trade on the table. Very limited movement. So the likely outcome is, if this is what's going to happen, we may get a last-ditch run during the end of the silver bullet session. Said always monitoring S&P as well. And we're definitely having more of a retracement on the Nasdaq than we are on the S&P. Yeah, a couple of minutes now to the hourly candle close. Not too much you can do in this. Not too much. But I will be marking the swing high from the first opening range and the swing low, which is here now. So this is the opening range. As you can see, not massive. Very compact, very small. So what happens then? What happens? Like I said, I want to see that be left, that no. If order flow does shift, then the daily FVG will definitely be a target for me. We have dipped underneath this hourly FVG there, this imbalance. Yeah, like I said, that is the opening range. Now the first half an hour of the trading session, and this is what we have so far. Came in, filled the majority of the open range gap, rejected from it. Therefore, you can assume that order flow, definitely short term, is bearish. We can kind of see here from the regular trading hours what we have. You know, we have this swing low there. We have the short term low here, and then another one here. I've taken out that liquidity. So now I want to see price push up. I know we have this hourly FVG, which we have close below, but I don't see that as a turning point. I see the liquidity here, which was the draw, not necessarily the imbalance. So I don't mind framing a reversal from this point. Obviously, unless we do show that next leg downwards. And then we will be chasing this swing low there. And then we have liquidity there. So I'll be interested to see what happens around this point, but will mark this actually because I think it is quite key. And that was yesterday's. Got so many things on here. Yeah. Put that back on. Yeah, so it's just that liquidity there. The PM sell side liquidity. But yeah, not ideal so far. Okay, a bit more movement now. Yeah, I'm interested. And I do need to mark the PM buy side as well, which has also been taken on S&P. Do have a fair buy gap here. It's been the first one in a while. So I'm going to mark it on the S&P and it's got a slight volume imbalance. See if this gets left open or not. Yeah, I may have to start framing the short setup soon. Unless we do displace above this range again and come back into here. So now I want to see this to be left because we've chopped about so much. We've given buy side and sell side multiple times to the market. There's no reason to come back in this range. So if we do get that rejection down, then I'll look at getting the retracement to get the sell off into here. It's about being patient now and wait for the entry. But I do prefer the shorts, just based off the short term order flow and how we came into the FVG after taking this both highs, this low to that high. We have definitely pushed deep into the sell side. So yeah, for me, this is why I'm watching this imbalance here and this set of candles to know how we react to this level. But coming back into this range, I will definitely look for longs. I just want to see if we can displace further down. Failure to do that, and I will be looking for longs. 100%. A further run and a retracement back, and I'll be looking for shorts. That is the plan. I'm quite impartial today, but I did prefer the longs going into the market. But I still understand that we do have areas of liquidity left over, and we do have this massive daily FVG. So that's why it's important to mark all areas of the chart. So yeah, like I said, we've still got the opening range high there. and we have taken the opening range low. But I'm a bit cautious that we will actually get some distribution. I go. When did you put that? Yeah, it's looking like we will chase that low now. So I'm going to mark it on my chart. Um, like we are getting some distribution now. Definitely to this low. Right. FBG. We've left this one. We're coming into this one now. Did get that closure on the 5. We have a little imbalance. Just waiting. Just seeing how we're reacting here. We have rejected from there after leaving that FVG. Looking on the 5 minute. Obviously did take that PM. Sell side. We'll mark it again on the chart, which was there. So just seeing how we're reacting to this price point there. I'm not convinced on the shorts. I'm not convinced we'll get distribution during this session, to be honest. Even though I think the draw is very obvious, but without the high impact news, I don't have too much faith that would distribute further into here yet. So I'm going to be very cautious, and that means I don't want to be entering at the bottom of the range. So that's why I'm keeping my eyes on the 5-minute chart. Even though I do expect this to get taken now. The conditions aren't the best. So yeah, whatever I'm doing, I'm not entering at the bottom of the range. For me, the risk is to reward is not worth it. Definitely wouldn't be to enter off this to go short. Which is why I'm not interested. I'm not even tempted. And S&P is literally consolidating. Nasdaq is retracing. So for that reason, I'm not the biggest fan. So to the mid portion of the FVG now, let's see if that holds. I'm seeing if we will get that distribution to this low. I mean, I do really want to target here. And if this gets taken, then I would expect price to go into this. The 15-minute candle is coming to a close now. So we'll see if we do come back into the section or not, if we leave it. Well, for me, I'm not a fan. Entering short here. With no high impact news. For example, you would probably get that early distribution from this FEG to these lows with high impact news. You wouldn't need to wait for a retracement back up because price will be extremely heavy. At the minute, it's not that heavy. As I said, we're accumulating on S&P. I'll show you the chart. On the 1 minute, accumulating. There's no sign of a retracement like we're getting on here, suggesting that the S&P, is impartial to where we're going. Okay, so I'm going to flip that onto the 15. I want to see here this immediate rebalance with this low. So we'll see how we react to this level. If we start surpassing these highs here, then I'll definitely be framing a long setup. What I plan to do today? Okay, so we have touched that low now. It's, to me, is looking likely that we might get the long. Unless we get that rejection here. But we'll see. We've had the first initial sign here that order flow has shifted, short term at least. Getting that shift. So I'm now looking for FEG support upwards. as I said, it will be interesting to see what happens here. Is this the reversal point? That's why I mark this PM sell side. Or is it just the immediate rebalance? So we will wait. So yeah, looking for this to hold now. Or then see this low being attacked. And I will use this row of candles there. I will try the short. So we did come up and tap back in the 15. Now seeing how we react to this FVG. Okay, I'm gonna set a sell. Burn straight away here. Here we go. So do I think that's a great entry? No, I don't. So let's see what happens here. The plan, like always, guys, I'll wait until the swing low's been taken, then I'll go to break. If it does. We did come into this imbalance on the 5. I don't hate the setup, but I did doubt if we would get that distribution. It's looking doubtful. So yeah, farming FAG here, which we did dip into there. I want to see if we can break beneath here now. And then I would be confident we would attack this liquidity down there after failing to get above this inversion. So just waiting. Want to see this low here. We've had that imbalance there. Sorry, the immediate rebalance on the 15-minute, which we went into. Yeah, 5-minute imbalance. But as I said, conditions are very uncertain. So it is very important not to get caught out at the bottom of the range. as I said, I want to see that stay protected. If it doesn't, then the smart money reversal could happen at this. So outside liquidity and not necessarily this low there, which already taken previous liquidity. So there's not a reason to come back and take this low unless order flow is bearish. Get rid of that. See how we react to this then. Okay. As I said, S&P is kind of consolidating. It's not really giving me much. Just keep an eye on it. But yeah, what I was saying is I was looking for this here to act as an immediate rebalance. So that I could send us to these lows, but as I said, if this fails and we do come back into this range, then we are very much bullish, and I will frame my entry to go long. So definitely watching this area of price for me as we've came back into here. At the minute, there's not too much you can do. I wouldn't want to be entering. Just observing order flow. Okay, so I'm going to use that as an inversion now. And we have came back above here, which is what I suggested. Right. So now I'll be tempted to look for longs after we have reacted to this sell-side liquidity here. Obviously have this 5-minute FVG. So I want to see, can this hold? And that is my first indication of a smart money reversal. And we've got the first FVG. So watching this level here. Get rid of this. Oh, okay. I don't know where that came from. So I'm just going to be careful here. What the hell? I have no idea what happened there. That was crazy. A massive spike up. Came back into that 1 hour. I'm going to shift it on the 5-minute. Okay. So definitely this high here is somewhere where I'd like to throw my entry. With this row of consecutive candles, I'm definitely looking for the long now. So I'm going to set a limit ready. Just want to see if we do get that change in the state of delivery or not. So that's why I've got that ready. If it does come back to this level, I'm not ready to enter. So I'm going to move that there. I've just got it ready. As I said, we've got the first FVG since we have broken into this range and taken the high. See if we can leave that unfilled. It's quite volatile. So we have dipped into it now. Just watching what's happening with the S&P as well. And it's kind of taking the top of the range. First FEG after we've broken above. There's definitely some volume now. The market wants to do something. Now it's just about getting on the right side of the market. We drop that. First FEG. Five-minute inversion. Order block after FEG, potentially. These conditions are crazy. How was that? That was the top of the range high. I'll see what happens here, to be honest. See this as manipulation. Unless we get the reaction here. I'm watching S&P. Probably coming back up. As I said, looks like a lunchtime macro. Oh my god. Pain. Painful. S&P is going towards 50% of that 1 hour FEG. This one here accepted price quite nicely. We've had the inversion which we did back into. 15-minute. As I said, waiting for that next macro now. Wait for the next macro period. Said I wanted to see this stay untouched. Just because it did take that low. We got the divergence. So ideally, it should be protected. So that's why I was framing the reversal of the PM sell side liquidity. Yeah, it did break above this. Handle up there. Win back into this FVG again. Yeah, keeping tabs on the 15. Wait a minute. Right. Yeah, I'm trying this long on here. I do want to see price come to this buy side liquidity, the high of the day. And off the basis that we got this 5-minute change in the state of delivery. So I entered on the dip down. Leave it there. I'll probably go to break if we hit the top of this range. I'll leave it for now, and I'm kind of tempted to project a little bit higher. But like I said, don't want it to be too ambitious just because we do have that news later. So let's see if we get to here first before I can move. As I said, got that change in the state of delivery, so we could come back down into this range of candles, but more specifically looking at that breaker to hold. The upper half of this breaker, so that's what I'm looking for. I may enter another 5 potentially in here. Ideally, I want to see us target these swing points here. We'll see how easily it moves to this high here. I do expect it will be surpassed. As I said, I might enter another 5. Change that quick. I'm gonna enter another 5 there. Limit setup ready. And I can put this up right now. Now that we've came back into here, I don't want to see price come back into this range. They just missed me there. I'm going to leave that there. My screen's froze. What the hell? No idea what's just happened. Yeah, I think I'm good. So yeah, I don't know if that was a risk putting another 5. Mate, what the hell was happening? Too sure what's happening now on my chart. Isn't too ideal as I'm in a trade. Right, I'm good. So yeah, just setting the limit there for 20. I'm not too sure I'm gonna stop, I'm not gonna lie. I do think there is potential for price to come back into this level. So I do think I've entered too early. I'm not sure if we have that momentum where we can react off these small imbalances. I'm not sure if we have the momentum. But yeah, I did want us to surpass this quickly, and we haven't. Thinking here. I feel like I entered too early, and I shouldn't have added. I'm gonna get stopped. I think I'm going to look for a re-entry. I think I rushed into it. I should have waited for this breaker here and for price to come back into there. I'm hoping that this wick will hold. Yeah, I'm going to get stopped. I've waited for my entry. Yeah, that wasn't a good entry, lads. That was not good. I'm not sure on that. I think my risk management was pretty poor, to be honest. But we just didn't have the momentum to push through here. We'll see what happens now. Price is dipping back into here. There was probably nothing wrong with that entry, but I don't know. I need to get better handling drawdown. But yeah, I'm not going to re-enter. I think that'll be me done. Stunned. And this is the entry I should have waited for here. Inside this range of candles. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Price was always going to come back into here. Right into it. Good job we got out. This isn't so protected. Yeah, I'm watching what's happening here. We're getting some manipulation now. Or at least some displacement. So watching this inversion. Remove the limit. Nah, that's my target, mate. Ass. This price action is its ass. Right. Right. I'm going in. I'm going in. Boom. We have a BPR. Yeah, stuck with the long idea, the framework. What do I think to have traded today? Pretty poor in a hole. I'm about halfway. Because I'm halfway, I'm gonna put that to break. I'm gonna leave it now. I'm gonna leave it. And I want to target the end of the opening range gap, which is at 2, 2, 3, 2, 4. About there. Like I said, ideally I'd want to target up here. But I'm gonna stick with this target first. But I want to see price expand now. We're during the macro period. I want to see us close that opening range gap. Yeah, this is my last attempt. If I get stopped at break here, I'm done. In my opinion, because we've had heavy manipulation, we should have heavy up movement now. So I want to see us chase these highs quickly. So that's why I'm targeting the end of the open range gap. Let's move that down. So yeah, would have been a 2.8. Obviously moved it to break now. I want to see some movement. Like I said, at that PM liquidity, it would be good if we could target the end of there. Partial question mark. Yeah, it's a very good question. Do I have the answer? Probably not. I think I'm going to go for a full position. I mean, for me, ideally, I want to be targeting the top of these sets of candles. 2, 4. But I'll probably just go for a full position. Or maybe a partial here, this high, if it comes up to that high. Looking kind of unlikely. So yeah, partial potentially here. I think I'm going to put my full position there. I'm going to change this to 15 if it does get hit. I'm going to put it for 5. Yep. Do. Probably will average out about there. But that's if we do get this movement. So yeah, targeting the top of this range where that imbalance is there, the hourly range that is. I want to take all these highs. And the upper region of the open range gap. And then I'm just targeting the recent high in the beginning of the day there. I'm hoping if that does get taken, we can surpass that. But we're kind of struggling at the minute. Look, the conditions aren't great. We are kind of struggling within this inversion at the minute. Struggling to surpass it, which is why I've got my stop to break. Ideally, because we've surpassed this entire, we've swung down, swung up. I don't really want to see price come into here. We'll see it left open now. That's why I've moved my stop. See if we can get a move. So, the reason for my entry, what did I frame it off? The inversion, because we had a change in the state of delivery, the inversion after that is technically right, the change in the state of delivery. Okay. So that is where you look to execute. Again, want to target the half of the day. Now D5. Oh, you bollock. Hits it. There we go. Okay, there's my partial done. I can move this up now. Aggressively. So I'm going to move that up, and I might just trail this, you know. I'm going to leave the first one there. The open range gap has been filled, exactly. So my TP was perfect there. Now how high can it go? That needs to change. So we do have an FVG about to form here. I'm going to just put that at the end of this candle. So yeah, cheers, Irish. Could you not have a partial at the previous high? You mean this one? Yeah, you could have had a partial there. I could, but I was confident that price would take the high of the day, because that is a key area of liquidity. So yeah, you could have had it here, and you could have had another there, and then you could have had another here. But for me, I was confident the draw was the end of the opening range gap, which was here, even, which we touched. And I thought price would want to fill that as well as taking out the high of the day. So that's why I had my first partial there. That was just my thinking behind it. So my first partial was hit. Now, as I say, I'm going to trail it up. So my first area to look for is here, because it is the consecutive hourly candles we got. But we do have this hourly order block after reacting to this FEG, which is why I'm trailing it now. So this is a bit of risk management. So first FEG. Let's see how we react to this. I've got it right at the end. I'm going to trail it up. As soon as we break up with this, I'm going to trail this up to the last low. So that's how you trail. How high can we go? Well, because we're taking the high of the day, I would now want to see price. Okay, can it get higher? How high can we go? Like I said, I did like the targets of midnight price, but we will play it a little bit safer. So yeah, my original trade, it was a 3-to-1. That was what I was aiming for, but then I did adjust it. Went down to the recent high here. So roughly a 2.5. And then obviously setting up another limit there. So yeah, just letting the rest go now. So as I was saying, the reason for the entry, inversion FVG, is a change of in the state of delivery after we've taken out a high. So because I was using the 5-minute chart, changing the state of delivery off the 5-minute is the inversion. You know, if you get that change in the step delivery, consecutive candles, price will often go to the inversion, which is what happened there. Okay, let's see how we react to this high now. This is my final lot of my position. And then my entry in itself was based off this inversion because we had an aggressive swing down during the macro period. I was confident that was manipulation into here, taking out these lows as well. And straight away, as soon as we got this reaction, I entered off this candle here. So yeah, just seeing how far we can go now. Like I say, I've not trailed it up to there yet. Just because of the reason we could come on back and take this low. So I'm going to get rid of that now. I'm going to get rid of this just to decluster my chart a little bit. We broke above this 1 hour. We're going to the end of the range, so I want to see can we surpass it. The obvious change in the step delivery which we had here, which meant we can attack these highs on at least a short-term basis. I'm not moving that at the minute. I'm comfortable. I've only got 5 left. It's basically a 1-to-1 from here. Then I've entered here. It's a 1-to-1. And this allowed me to be aggressive because of this Judas swing here. Okay. Because we had that swing down, I was able to enter aggressively. Basing it off this and the first inversion. Because we surpassed it with ease, you can expect explosive reaction. So I just wanted to get my entry here. You could have entered here. As I said, still got 5 left. And I will be trailing this. But yeah, pretty satisfied. I would not be surprised to see us come back into this range today. Still going, lads. Still going. So yeah, a bit of a mixed day today. I'm not happy with my original entry, which was down here where I tried to short it. That was stupid because I did say don't want to get caught at the bottom of the range on a day with no high impact news. We're probably not going to get that distribution to the downside. You're probably going to revert to the upwards targets. So disappointed with that, but then made it up and more with this entry there, which stuck with my original bias of the longs, or at least looking for the long positions, even if it were to stay within this opening range. So kind of satisfied. Could have been better though. As I said, still got 5 left. And I'm partially in beneath here just because we have this untapped low where price could definitely fill the majority of this imbalance. I've got it underneath this imbalance. Just want to see if we can chase these highs up there or not. So yeah, a bit of a mixed bag from me today. But overall, I'm quite happy. My risk management was decent. My entries were pretty good. I was in no drawdown for this trade there. I put my stop underneath there. So as I was saying, now that we have taken out that high, I'm now looking at this high there to target. As soon as we're taking that high out, I will be moving this to the next swing low. Very relaxed. Bit of a slow burner this. Relaxed. Relaxed. What have we going on this stream now? We've got a while. So yeah, I want us to see us surpass these highs now. I'm ready for price to move. Once this high gets taken, I'm very confident we will search for these highs up there. So just waiting until I can move my stop up, basically. No need to move it up yet. Looking at the S&P as well, watching that. Got it underneath this FEG. Into lunch now as well, so hopefully we get some more movement. Just to send me over here. Yeah, we'll put my overall profit down after I've finished. Get rid of that now, don't need it. So yeah, this here 5-minute inversion is the true change in the state of delivery after high has been violated. Price will usually come back into the inversion. So that's the true change in the state of delivery within these consecutive candles. Okay. The true state of delivery after these consecutive candles is the inversion fair value gap, which is why I use that for my entry combined with the 1 minute. So because we have that, I can then use this. If order flow was bearish, you expect this to reject, but we didn't. Therefore, I can use that for my entry. As soon as we closed here, I just went in. So I was confident we've had this swing down with aggressive candles. We're going to swing up aggressively as well. So that is why I entered off here. And as I was saying, I had my partial here because it's the high of the day. It's a big liquidity draw. And also we have the end of this open range gap from here, which we filled. So this was the leftover portion. Tiny bit, but it's still left over. That is why that was a drawn liquidity. So now it's just about managing the trade. Very simply. I can nearly move this up. Nearly move it up. Why? Dip down, taking the high, taking the low, coming back. So we're taking both sides of the range now, which is what I was waiting for. I want to see this order block support price, and I want to see this high to be taken now. Not a lot to watch here, to be honest now, lads. The trade has been done. Now it's just about managing. Now it's about managing the trade. We also have this 5-minute order block there. As I said, looking for that swing point, basically. If accumulated for a while, I will stay on. This is a bonus now. This is a bonus. Okay, so 11:30 now. Want to see this support price. I'm going to mod that out. 1 minute order block, consecutive candles after we've taken this low. Want to see that support price. Want to see this low to be taken. Then I can move this up to here with confidence. And then I'm pretty confident we will at least work our way up to this high there. And then I'm obviously looking for the midnight price to be targeted. And well, we had them targets up there, but just conditions wise, I won't be taking any risks. May potentially trail this even further. I'll see. But this is high trail until we get stopped out. But yeah, I want to see that hold now. See that hold. We do have a little volume imbalance up here. We just formed. Tiny one. You can see there the little gap between the candles. Came back into this fair value gap. So now can we have that next leg of distribution during the next macro period? That's what I'm looking for. We've accumulated for some time now. Give me that next leg. I'm going to change this here to the body here. There. See the 5 minute order block. Volume imbalance as well holding up. Obviously, it's very different to a fair value gap. Price can trade through it. You can't inverse it or anything. It's just a draw on liquidity. So it doesn't mean as much in terms of using it for order flow determining the order flow. It's just a draw. It's just a gap in the market. It's a gap. Similar to the opening range gap. Just a gap which can be drawn to. So, like I said, order block. Can we use that support 5 minute order block here because we closed above it? After this reaction, you can use that as another entry if you're confident on the draw. So for me, because I'm in the very comfortable position where my entry was down here, my original entry, and I've taken out the majority of my position, I'm now looking for price to gather support so we can move higher, which is why I've marked that order block as well as the volume imbalance. I'm looking for any bullish PD arrays to be used to support price to move higher. But we do have the possibility we could just consolidate going into lunch. Getting close to moving it. Didn't think this stream would be that long, but here we are. It'd be very nice if we can get this TP up here. I may potentially do another partial. Drop 3 here and then another 2 up there. Come on, man. Yeah, 5-minute order block still holding. Obviously got this 5-minute FVG. But I did say here, this was that long ago, I can only move my stop underneath these lows once the high gets taken. Until it gets taken, I've got to leave it. Why? Because that's part of my plan, that's part of my risk management. That's how I operate. And if that's how you operate, you don't change it. You stick to your rules. That is my protocol for taking partials or trading with stop loss. Have it underneath the low of the displacement candle. That includes when I'm entering as well now. I have it underneath the low of the displacement set of candles where we broke a range, this being the range here. Therefore, I have my stop underneath here. Until this range gets broken, then I can move my stop underneath this range of candles. That's how I trail my stop loss. At the minute, we're still in that range after we've taken out this liquidity. So the market doesn't have to chase these highs. It's just my preferred option. These are the things you need to be thinking about when you're trading. But not a bad, for my first stream, not too bad. I'm quite happy with how I've executed. So we will see what happens here. Still gathering in this accumulation spot here. Can we come underneath these lows one more time, or is this the point where we do retrace going into lunch? Yeah, it's gone on longer than what I expected now. I'm tempted to shut this down now. So yeah, very happy with that first partial. I think I nailed that on the head perfectly. Struggling to break above this high so far. Still holding that 5-minute order block, just about. Coming into the macro period. Just give me a move in one direction now. Just so I can close this stream. I just want to see a TP be hit. But yeah, you can see how this order block's been utilised here. So I'm hoping it's the next leg of progression up here. If so, then we can definitely chase these highs up there. There's no reason why we won't. But this is the next obvious swing high. Well, that I would suppose that is, but okay, coming up to this high now, getting close to trailing it a little bit further up. Once we do break out this range, If we do, for example, take this high and then dip underneath here again, then we're likely going to feel this imbalance and come back down into this range. So that's the reason why I'm waiting for this high to be taken before I trail it. So at the minute we can still attack these highs. If we attack them and fail to displace above them, then it's likely that this is a point in which price is struggling to surpass at that moment in time. I'm just waiting for it to be taken now. Okay. Now you move under the low. That's all you do. Simply, that's all you do. If we can provide a further displacement leg, I will move it even further. I'll move it up here. At the minute, I'll keep it here. Okay, because we're displaced above this range, I'm going to move it a step further up and put it underneath that price leg. So yeah, areas of liquidity, we know what we're targeting now. Next FEG needs to support price now in moving to these targets. So I would say this frames it perfectly for me. Low risk, end of silver bullet entry, next accumulation stage. Distribution, I'm going to have that there now. We've got sell side of the curve, you know, buy side of the curve into this original consolidation. So yeah, taking that high. I'm going to keep trailing this up. Boom, next target hit. feel like I'm trailing it, but definitely should have stuck and taken the partial out there. But I do kind of want to see price take these highs. So I've just got it underneath this low, keeping it tight. See if we can displace a little further into that minus 3.5 range, which I had marked out on here. So as I was saying, break of structure here. We had the low risk buy there, buy side of the curve now after the sell side. Low risk buy here, next spot here, accumulation region there. Now I want to see further distribution to this region to complete the cycle, which is why I've moved it up a little bit more. Got it underneath this low now. As I said, keep moving it up. Not bad, say enter down here. Not bad. I'm going to move it up to here just because that's where recent high is, up there. I'll just classify that as the swing high. So I see this as a different trade in itself now. Let's see if we can displace a further leg up here. Again, every time we violate a high, I just keep moving my stop. I just keep pushing it up each time we violate a high. Hopefully we can progress to these targets up there. We have filled the whole of the open range gap comfortably. The fact that we've used this order block here means I don't really want to see price come back into this region. That's why I've trailed it up aggressively. And the reason I marked this high there is because it was the hourly swing high candle. If we go on the hourly chart, you can see here this swing high candle there. So that's why I marked that on my chart. Got 5 month there. So yep, let's see. Okay, there we go. I've been hit. Yeah, so that's why I did have my original partial up there, and I probably shouldn't have moved it, but that's the end of the trade, and that's pretty decent. I mean, I know it's dipped underneath there, and it could project a little bit higher, but I'm not too fussed about that. I'm pretty happy. So, yeah, that is it. So yeah, that's the end of the trade. I'm going to end this stream there just because I've been on it so long. So, yeah, it's been well over 2 hours now. It's taken a while. Been in the trade probably over an hour comfortably. But cheers for watching if you did. And yeah, I'll catch you next week on the next stream or any recent videos that I do upload or new videos even. So yeah, take it easy.